good afternoon. This is Neil. If you can hear me, it's Wednesday, July 5th. Welcome back after the 4th. And we're still, up here in these lofty levels in the ES. Here's what's a couple of things. One, if you read in the Stock Traders Almanac, you look back, then it would read that we're entering the best seasonal period of the year for U.S. equities. It's the first half of July. It's since 1928. These first few days of July have been positive 72.5 and 72%, and as particularly true for the NDX, which has been positive for 15 of the last 15 years. But then what happens is you learn that it's early in July and then it's done. It's like it gets the business done early in the first week and a half or so. Well, this is the first week, so we got it probably, this would indicate that we got like a little bit more left, maybe, a little like middle of next week. So, all right, let's take that one step further. We've got non-farm payroll at this Friday, CPI and PPI next week on Wednesday and Thursday, and then that's it. That's the last of the inflation data that we're going to learn before the next FOMC at the end of this month. And then there is no meet in August and then again in September. So so the markets got, really call it two, I guess, pieces of real important information left in front of us here that it can get prior to the next Fed meet, which is it for a while, because after this one there is no August. It goes all the way out into September, for the next one. So here we go. All right. So anyway, Friday non-farm payroll, Wednesday and Thursday of next week CPI and PPI. That's pretty much about as far as we can get, and we'll see. I mean, if that core in the CPI remains sticky as it has been, then I got a feeling the market's going to, it's going to read that to price in even more so that we indeed absolutely do get a quarter point in July and then another quarter point in, September is kind of the thought right now. Remember this, on the way from June the 16th back here, it gapped open lower, it leaving a gap from 51 down to about 46 or something, 51 by 46. Then it trades off to 43.70 and rallies back for right where it finishes right here on the 29th. It finishes right where it started with the gap down and then gaps through the gap. It gaps up, but it gaps through the gap that it left back over here. So this one starts at 30, call it 7 up to 64. So anything, and it tried 64 even pre-market this morning. It was like 66 low on the overnight low last night. So anything that comes in back here for the 64 lows back here, it targets the top of this gap 51 and then the bottom of that, which by the way, the top of this gap 51 is also this other gap over here, mid 51 and then 37. Those would be the targets on a break. It'd be 51 and 37. 51 tags, it probably bounces off that. If it rolls back for 51 again, it trades 37. That all that is just a small little come back and fill to fill in the gap down here. And then anything above up here, you got to feel like is maybe it's definitely trying to target like 45, call it 10, but maybe 45.20 up here on the top. If it can get out of this is an island. That's an island top. It's also got an island bottom down here too, because of the gap down and then gap back up. It's got an island bottom down here. So as soon as it comes in off of this upper island up there, the rule of thumb is for islands, it's back to from which it came, right? What came from down here. So that would be one more target down here too. I'm sorry. 51 is the mid gap. 30, call it 7, makes the gap, and then remember 15 down here, 15, 16, 15 balance down here, 15, right? So it'd be 51, 37, and 15, or targets down here, probably 4,500 just to breach through the top up here on the top. But as soon as this island starts to start coming through the bottom down here, then the rule is back from where it came. And of course, that's at least 37, if not, 16 down here. So what I'm suggesting is that we let this thing get through its first couple of days of July here on a bullish note like it's doing right now. And then it's early in July that the business is done. And then when it's done, it starts to come back. And when it does, we'll have targets waiting back here for it. And I just gave you those. Okay. So that's the deal. Non-farm payroll, then CPI PPI next week. And then that's the end historically of the July bullish, kind of wave. And then back it comes is my thinking right now. That's the thinking. Right. Okay. Hope it helps. Good trade. Nice evening. We'll do it again at the next update. Till then, good trading. Good night.
Without simpler trading, I could not have financial independence.
This is one of the best investments I ever made in my life.
It's helping me find consistency.
It's one of the things that won me